What's going on, everyone? Ollelito back here with a brand new video on the channel. Today, guys, in the background, as you've seen by the title and the thumbnail, we have a new video where we played, of course, the FC Pro Open qualifier. The top 256 players from Europe, East and West. We're playing in a qualifier to make top 12 that qualifies for the FC Pro Open global qualifier in London. And we were playing the Swiss format, first of all. And this was going to be our first game against Apogee Blaccio. Were actually our first game against, and it was going to be a few tough games this week. We were struggling a lot. We were playing 5-back, we were playing against 5-back, and in general we were playing a lot of good players in basically in the qualifier, and it was super tough. I mean, I think overall it's one of the toughest competitions you can have throughout the year. And you have some really good opponents that are playing. I mean, the likes of the best players in the world are playing, except for a few of them that are already qualified for the main event. We managed to take the lead here in the first game of Swiss. Ginola scores to make it 1-0 there with a very good finish. Very good save here by Thibaut Courtois, keeping us in the game. And it was also, in this format, is best of 1 always, 9 minutes halves. And we're playing Swiss format where you need to make it a minimum 5 and 2. To go through to the bracket on Sunday. Here again, we have a very good chance with Ginola. I probably should have shot that far post. Very good save by the keeper, but we were actually going to score a corner goal. I didn't expect that. Good whip from Putellas. Van Dijk is there at first post, scores to make it 2-0 in this game against Apogee Blaccio. Very good opponent, by the way. I think we had some really hard matchmaking this week, but that's just something that's to do with luck. Kylian Mbappé scores to make it 3 in this game, which was a bit of a relief, to be honest. I mean, when you're 3-0 up in this game, you feel very comfortable, especially when you play in a 5-back. And it was going to get even better when Hakimi were going to be on a kind of a good run. He's a bit sloppy from the back here. Kylian Mbappé scores to make it 4-0, and this was going to be GG's in the first game. And we were actually starting off well for once. Usually in these kind of qualifiers, I start off very slow, but yeah, we start off very well in the first game here, and it was going to be even better. I mean, we were not stopping at 4. Felt like I needed to do a bit more, and I expected first of all Mbappé to win that header, but Putellas Trevela scores to make it 5, and that was not going to be the final whistle, as unfortunately he broke the clean sheet and scores to make it 5-1 in this game. But it was going to be GG's, and we were finishing, at the moment at least, 1-0 in the Swiss format going into our second game. And second game was going to be against Danny Hulk, who in general I think is a very tough opponent very early on. I mean, as you see his team, Mbappé, Gareth Bale, long card as well. And this game was going to show the true colors of FC25. We started off very well though. Unfortunately, he was host as well, which means that usually the hosts have the better gameplay. But Mbappé was starting off very well here. Green time finish, far post, and we scored to make it 1-0 in this game, and we were off to a very good start. And it's always important to get a good start in these games, especially because usually the connection in these games are not the greatest. I red timed this finish, by the way, and it's actually probably the best thing I could have done, as it is like a chip shot over Courtois, but of course should never go in. But we make it 2-0 in this game, and it was looking very comfortable until he comes here with Kylian Mbappé, finds some good space, finding Gareth Bale. I mean, I blocked this very well, I think, and yeah, he didn't really score there, though he manages to get the ball back after that and scores with Rafael Leao to make it 2-1. Very good goal by him. I do a bit of too much second man press there. Here again with R9, I probably should have shot that far post, and then we have 3-1. And this is just these small chances that matters so much, because as I said, this was going to be a very hard and frustrating game to play. Here again, Ginola, I think if I green time that far post, that's probably a goal as well, but unfortunately we don't, and I thought that was going to be offside, but I see that Saliba is keeping that line, keeping Bale onside, and yeah, it was not looking too great. I think if Rudiger doesn't block that, we score that as well to make that 3-1, and on the corner we were going to be even closer to score here with Virgil van Dijk, but of course his Courtois is making a great save. But look what happens now. Last chance of the game, his Micron is on the wing. I think we defend this perfectly fine. I think I mean, we're a lot of defenders there, but Courtois decides to, no, I don't want to catch the ball, and we're going to give him a last chance. Of course, I should have done better here. I don't think I'm defending this well at all, but doesn't matter. I mean, it shouldn't really be a chance. But he does well here, finding the reversal last with Kylian Mbappé, scores to make it 3-2, and we were suffering our first loss in this game, unfortunately, against Danny Hulk, great player, but I don't think we should have lost that game, looking at the stats after, unfortunately, but that's just FIFA sometimes for you. Going into game 3 then, I don't know who this opponent was, if I'm being honest. I think it was a guy from, I believe, I guess middle of Europe, I don't know where, to be exact, maybe Serbia or something. But we were going to start off very, very well with a cheeky little kickoff. And R9 finding Ginola 1-1 with the keeper. Ginola doesn't miss those. And Trevela into the back of the net, scores to make it 1-0 in this game. And once again, we were starting mostly all of the games this weekend very, very well, because we were playing this qualifier post Saturday, and knockouts was going to be on Sunday then. R9 here punishes his way through, gets quite lucky there that Saliba just drags him down. And R9 was, of course, going to convert from the spot. Top right corner, scores to make it 2-0 in this game, and we were off to a perfect start. I mean, 2-0 after almost 4 minutes in game is something that you can just wish for. I don't know what Patri wanted to do here, though. I was pretty mad at her after this. He probably should have scored that chance, not gonna lie, with Lotta Helin, my fellow Swedish countryman. And Rafael Leao here, sending Theo Hernandez on a very good run, but he has the patience, finding Valverde, manage to almost find the back of the net there with that power shot. Even though it shouldn't go in, it can go in because of this broken game. Pressing very, very well here with Frimpong, taking an extra touch with R9. Maybe could have passed that once more to Kylian Mbappé, but we can't really find him, unfortunately. Here again, we find Kylian Mbappé onside. I see that his Maicon is keeping Mbappé onside. We do a very, very good play lock, and then just an open net, finding that third goal. And unfortunately here, I think in this game, I was thinking, okay, this game is already over, so it doesn't really matter too much. Here again, though, he steps out with too many players. I see that he's moving the keeper a bit, and I managed to fire that into the back of the net towards the first post, actually. I was going to go with the Trevela, but we were shooting far post, my bad, with Kylian Mbappé there, just using that precision shooting to our advantage. Here, I should have stepped on Valverde, I just see now when I'm looking back at it, and he scores an amazing Trevela here with Graham Hansen to make it 4-1. And we were, of course, very, very comfortable still. I mean, having a 3-goal lead in this kind of games is something that should be GG's. Very, very good play lock here to R9, just taking a touch inside the box and firing home that goal as well to make it 5-1. And I think here, or I thought here, that the game was over. I'm gonna be completely honest. But it was still going to be a very, very sweaty game, because usually I'm really, really good at keeping leads, but this weekend I wasn't, unfortunately. He does this well here with Hansen. Very, very poor defending by me. I should have done it way better. Very, very creative from him, though, here. Being completely honest, scores to make it 5-2 just before halftime, which is not a good sign, you know. Very, very mental goal to concede and score, of course. Here again, he's doing some great skill moves with Leao, finding the back post with Kylian Mbappé to make it 5-3. And this game, and here I think he does the most amazing first time through ball I've ever seen in my whole life. We get a bit unfortunate here with Courtois not taking the ball from Mbappé, and it was 5-4. Just, yeah, I mean, I couldn't even believe it myself. Here again, though, using the speed boost to our advantage with Kylian Mbappé, finding R9 with the ball roll, and I'm ice cold here, just waiting. And it took so long here for Ginola to just take a touch and shoot, and I thought he was going to miss, but luckily he didn't. Scores to make it 6-4, and once you restore that kind of 2-goal lead, you of course feel very comfortable again. And here again, a good play lock to Nick Williams scores to make it 7-4, and we were at the moment 2-1 in the Swiss format, looking pretty goddamn solid. Game 4 then was going to be against a player that's called Motta Ball. Was going to be against a good opponent. Had Kylian Mbappé, Son, Helin again, Putellas, Patrick Guyaro, Rafinha, and then Mike Conn as well. This was going to be an Italian player. I don't know who this was, if I'm being honest. But of course, I mean, everyone you face in these qualifiers qualified for a reason. And I mean, we were going to get super unlucky at the start. I don't know what my Van Dijk is doing. He even manages to red time that shot. And yeah, it shouldn't have gone in. But it doesn't really matter, as we do a very, very good kind of play lock with Mbappé. I should have shot that first post, for example. He moves the keeper to the back post. Here again, though, we find Frimpong with a very, very good pass. I probably should have shot that with Frimpong, but we get a bit lucky, finding actually killing Mbappé. But Van Dijk manages to tackle Frimpong inside the box and give away a penalty, which R9 was not going to convert, unfortunately. I went to bottom right that time, and we missed a great opportunity to score the equalizer in this game. But it wouldn't really matter. Very, very good pass to Ginola. Finds the far post here as he moved to the first one, and scores to make it 1-1 in this game. And I can see, as you see at the top there, the connection wasn't the greatest in this game, so it was really, really hard to play. But we were not giving up because of that. Here again, Theo with the Trivela green timed finish, far post, open there, scores to make it 2-1 in this game. And taking the lead is super, super important, as I said at the start of the video, because then you can dictate the tempo a bit more. And here again, very, very good play from him here, finding Son with a very, very good finesse shot outside of the box there, finding the back of the net. And Courtois was not doing any favor for us in this game, but Frimpong with a Trivela towards the far post again, but just the opposite side, scores to make it 3-2. And such a nice goal to score, because these kind of long shot goals are just, you know, so simple to score, and it just feels amazing scoring them. Here again, Theo Hernandez actually sending him up here to create that space for himself. Patrick Guiaro finding Ginola to R9 just before halftime. Fantastic goal to score. As I said, a very, very mental goal to score just before halftime. And these are the types of goals you love to score, but also hate to concede. So I know this was going to be a very, very important goal for us. Here again, it's 4-2 in the game. He managed to do some second man press here with his Saliba. Here again, though, I know that he was very, very aggressive with Mbappé, but we shoot there, but we get a lucky rebound with David Ginola into the back, or into the far post. And here again, he decided to, I guess, almost gift us a free goal with R9, scoring to make it 6-2. And we were 3-1 in the Swiss format, looking very, very solid towards a 5-2. But it was going to get tougher, as we play a German guy from Focus, I think he plays for. I don't know who this guy is, but good player and a very, very good team. And this game is one of the games where I feel like I'm a bit helpless, you know. It's especially when you start off against a play like this, that, I mean, you can't really do anything. I can't do anything about this goal. First of all, Courtois should have gotten the ball there. Second of all, Van Dijk should have just cleared the ball. And I mean, he scores on a pretty decent goal here as well, to make it 2-0. And after this, I don't think he had any interest of going forward. He was mainly focusing on trying to defend the lead, which is fair enough. R9 tried a long shot here. He was also playing 5 back and just having every player behind the ball, and it was very, very hard for us to break down. We tried to use a bit of skill moves here, some R1 dribbling, and I think we were doing pretty well here. So I don't think he was the greatest defender I played, but we just couldn't break him down. I mean, it was very, very hard. You know, you see, I don't really have a lot of space here. Tried a few finesse shots, but it was so compact in the middle, so I couldn't really find any space. But Putellas was going to score a Trivela from outside of the box here, pretty late in towards the game though, 79th minute. And as I said, I didn't really create a lot, and he was just keeping the ball throughout the whole game. And then he just randomly decides to do a cross, passes it back post, Kylian Mbappé is completely open, and scores to make it 3-1 in this game. And this was an important game to win, because then you had 2 chances right to qualify for the bracket. But we were unfortunately going to drop this game and lose to Focus Beast 7-4. 3-1, and we were at the moment 3-2 in Swiss, needing to win 2 on the bounce to qualify for Sunday. Here again, I think we played, and I believe this was an Italian player. He was playing 4-5-1, and you don't really see that a lot in the pro scene at the moment. It's mainly 5 back or 4-4-2 or 4-4-1-1. So I knew this was going to be a very important game, and when you play Sawa from start, you know that he doesn't have the greatest squad, and we were trying to, you know, pounce on his squad as we possibly could the best. I think here I do a pretty good speed boost, even though that was probably the wrong decision. He should have probably tackled, then he probably blocks that, but R9 scores to make it 1-0 in this game, and a very, very good finish from R9. Here again though, he finds Son I mean, this shot, I wouldn't have believed my eyes if that went in, but doesn't matter, as we were going to do pretty well on the corner. Van Dijk here, green time finish, but these corners, I feel like I'm getting into great opportunities, but I'm not really scoring them off, and that's why I'm getting a bit frustrated at him. This was going to be a very, very shit goal. I don't think he can do a lot about this. Here again, he was moving his keeper super, super poorly, and we scored to make it 2-0. That was a bullshit goal, I'm gonna be honest. Nothing he can do about that either to defend that, as he can't really do anything with Walker, and Theo Hernandez winning it. Here again, though, we were trying to use Theo's side as much as we could. Putellas sending up Patri to be a bit higher up, finding a through ball to R9. Here again, he can't really do anything about this. This is just so much pay to win that R9 takes the ball before Frimpong. Again here, a very, very good play lock, finding Ginola into the path of the center backs, and the scores to make it 4-0, and this guy was going to rage quit. So we had one final game to make it to Sunday. Were we able to do it? And of course, we were going to get one of the hardest matchups you can possibly get. Antonini Gabriel from Italy, who qualified for FC Pro Open last year. So I knew this was going to be a super, super tough game, and he had a great team as well. So also playing 4-3-1-2 in narrow formation. And I'm gonna be completely honest, he was just dominating me throughout this whole game. He was way better. I think I got really, really unlucky here. I think Van Dijk, you know, should be able to just tackle the ball there, and I don't know what he's doing. Decides to bring him up here down, and I think after this, it just went south. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think he was just dominating the game in general. Theo Hernandez here with a Trivela early on in the game, trying to find the back on the net, and we couldn't really find a lot of chances. I think he was really, really good in like 1v1 defending, and yeah, I think we had the level for sure to qualify this week, but unfortunately we were missing a few margins. Here again, though, he does this very, very well with Kylian Mbappé. Very, very poor defending by me. Finds the back of the net with Kylian, and it was not looking good, as we need to win this game to make Sunday's knockouts. So 2-0 after 30 minutes in game, and once again here, this shouldn't be working, but yeah, this is just EAFC 25 in a nutshell. Managed to actually choke that chance with Mbappé, but you see, it's basically only him that gets chances, and I mean, he had the best gameplay in the world there. Scores to make it 3-0 with some crazy good skill moves, I'm gonna be honest, from him. Very, very well done, and it was not looking too good, but we were not going to give up, even though he basically, again, yeah, me being very, very sloppy from the back, losing the ball with Putellas. He has an open pass to Kylian Mbappé, who probably should have gotten the ball, but here again, he's pressing very, very well in this poor gameplay. Scores to make it 4-0, and from here, it was basically going to be over, and our run in the FC Pro Open was going to come to an end by finishing 4-3 in Swiss. Even though I felt like I had the level, we were going to get a consolation goal back, but it was not going to mean too much. And it was a very, very tough moment, I'm gonna be honest. I've had a really, really tough season last year, as you guys know, being one game away from World Cup, one game away from FC Pro Open, the group stages last year in London, losing a very, very rigged game there as well. So it's been a very, very tough couple of months, and maybe last year, you know, even. So yeah, sorry for this to everyone that's watching. I really, really appreciate everyone supporting me, even though I'm not doing as well as I'm hoping for at the moment. Just having a pretty tough period in general in terms of FIFA and such. So I really, really appreciate every single kind comment that you guys are giving me on each videos. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're new around here, I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.